Well, there's a good chance you have seen the Austin Police Department's mounted patrol unit around town, but do you really know what they do?
Connor Board joins us now in studio. And Connor, these officers have a very unique role in the department, don't they?
They definitely do, Yvonne and Rob. The Mounted Patrol Unit is the group of officers you see on horseback. They go all over the city, but most people see them downtown. I got to meet up with some of the officers and horses in the unit to learn more about what they do.
When it's daytime on 6th Street, crowds for the bars have not yet arrived.
I'm trying to get some breakfast, bro.
There is still some foot traffic and
Her cool tap shoes.
some hoof traffic.
I like to call them her little Mary Janes.
With protection on their feet
The sunglasses are
and eyes,
pretty cool.
Breezy and Senior Police Officer Amanda Santaford patrol the streets of Austin with their counterparts, Cowboy and Officer Fuller. The 13 officers and 16 horses on the unit help with everything from search and rescue operations to their most prominent function, which is crowd control. You'll see them on weekend nights on 6th Street.
I've been an officer on foot on 6th Street before, and I know what it feels like to have the crowd moving in on your back and then having the horses make that space.
One horse and officer is said to be equal to 10 officers on foot.
When we're working in a crowd situation, me going up to 100 people is not very intimidating. 10 of us is like 100 officers coming up.
The horses live at a facility in Cedar Creek where they have room to roam. And you may not know it, but each officer is responsible for caring for their horse.
We're mucking out stalls, feeding horses, picking feet, cleaning horses, washing horses.
There is hard work to be done in the stalls
Just heard the shots are shot.
and on the streets. On Thanksgiving of 2014, a man went on a shooting spree in downtown Austin, firing at several buildings, including Austin Police Headquarters. That's where Officer Santaford and her horse had just arrived when she and the rest of the Mounted Patrol Unit finished up their shift on 6th Street. That's when she and her horse heard gunfire.
And I remember turning back to him and his eyes were huge, his nostrils were huge, and he's like, I'm not going out there. And I just remember saying to him, I'm sorry, buddy, we got to go.
But as they were headed that way, her fellow Mounted Patrol officer, Sergeant Adam Johnson, shot and killed the suspect while holding two horses in one hand and shooting with the other.
Sergeant Johnson is very humble about the experience because that was quite a shot. It was 300 some feet away, one shot.
These officers and horses are ready for any situation, just like they were that night. But today, they are getting to do one of their favorite parts of the job, bonding with the people in our community.
It's really hard to go, say, up to a cop in a car with his windows rolled up as he's driving by. But everybody wants to come up and say hi to these guys.
Bringing smiles to the community they serve and protect.
She might stick you.
And one thing I found interesting is that some officers, like Officer Santaford, grew up riding horses, but many of the officers actually learn once they join the unit. And another thing to know is that once the horses have served their time with the department, the officers sometimes adopt the horses and take them home, or they go back to the original owner the department purchased them from. But either way, they say making sure the horses have a relaxing retirement is a priority for them. Rob and Yvonne.
Oh, of course. I have a question. With the canine officers and canines, usually they don't want the general public to go and like pet the canines. Can you do that with the horse? Does it startle the horse? Like if I was just, maybe on 6th Street or somewhere, you know what I mean? Do they encourage that or not really?
Yeah, you definitely can go and pet them. I think it's best to ask the officer first if you can from what we were looking at. But like you saw, that little kid was jumping up to pet the horse. And one of those horses preferred to be pet on the side. The other was okay with the face. So I think it's good to ask first, but they definitely are very friendly horses.
Just don't approach from the back because they
Yes,
like
true.
that. They kick you. Yeah, not the hard way. Connor Board reporting for us. Thank you, Connor.